So what's all this stuff for? Well, before I can answer that, I'm gonna have to hook up the trailer. Load up the X4. And take you guys on a little bit of a road trip. So the reason behind this road trip today, and I guess there's actually 3 reasons for this road trip today, but the main reason is I had the owner of Ironman Machine, Gregory Lute, get a hold of me through email a while back. And what he had contacted me about was getting together with me to be able to work on and develop some products for the Pioneer 500 as well as the Wolverine X4. So you got a small shop, but you got a very capable shop. You got all the right tools to make pretty much anything anyone can come up with.
Yeah, I put a lot of thought into it. You know, I am spatially constrained, so I had to, you know, I had to have as much capability packed in here as possible. And we're in my adjacent shop right now.
Now right now he just kind of treats his machine shop as kind of like a side business, like a hobby type thing. But he's wanting to expand, so he contacted me about making products, developing products for the Pioneer 500 as well as the Yamaha Wolverine X4. What Greg is wanting to do now is work on developing and coming up with a design for an actual dump bed for the Pioneer 500.
Yeah, we're thinking about, my father owns a Pioneer 500 as well, and you know, the rack is a good, you know, it is a good product the way it is, but I think a dump bed would just raise the utility and functionality of it to the next level. You know, Jason and I are going to work on the design for that. Hopefully, you guys are interested in that, and not sure when it's going to be available or for sale. Obviously, we'll have to build a couple prototypes of it and test it. But yeah, that's what we're working on right now.
I think it's going to be something you guys, well, I know it's going to be something you guys are going to enjoy, because I see comments and I don't know how many times in Facebook groups and stuff about you guys wanting an actual practical dump bed. I mean, you guys are very ingenuitive. You come up with great designs for wooden beds, but I mean, the biggest feature to that is they're stationary, they don't dump. So I think coming up with a dump bed for the 500 is really going to kind of change the utility purpose of it. Like Greg said, the rack is great for strapping stuff down.
Yep.
But if you're hauling firewood or anything, everything's going to be loaded by hand, and then it's also going to be pretty much taken off by hand, unless you just floor it and hope it all falls off.
I think it would complete its look as a side-by-side too. Yeah. It kind of looks like an ATV a little bit. But I think it would complete the look, you know, if we put a nice dump bed on there. But things that I absolutely know about the dump bed, it will go on. It'll be a gas shock assist. It will go on. It'll mount to your factory rack on the back without any drilling or anything, because I'll machine all the brackets and stuff needed for that. It'll bolt on probably 20 minutes to a half an hour. You just got to line it up and get it on there. But the bed is most likely going to be modeled after something that's similar construction to the Rhino, where it's made of metal mostly. I work with metal, so I like making stuff out of metal. Thinking about maybe Rhino lining it right from the get-go, you know, just for some durability, or I work with a powder cutter, so we can do that too.
And with that being said too, guys, we definitely want your suggestions on anything else you'd like to see made for the Pioneer 500. It doesn't have to be just for Pioneer 500, it could be for an X4 or whatever kind of side-by-side you want. Let us know in the comments below what kind of products you'd like to see. The second reason for this road trip today is the reason why the X4 is currently in tow. is he's actually looking at buying a side-by-side come spring, and he's kind of going back and forth between Terex 4, the X4. So I just told him, well, since I happen to have an X4, I'll just throw it on the trailer, we'll bring it along and allow you to test drive. Throttle max takes a little bit of getting used to. I like it.
Just cut around a little bit, let it get up to operating temperature.
Yeah.
Also thinking about UX4 owners out there, we're also talking about designing a snorkel kit for it. We are trying to do it as least intrusively on the machine as possible. We don't want you to have to drill a hole coming out through the top of your hood or anything, but we're trying to figure out, you know, it has to be vented correctly. It has to have enough OD in there to get to have proper flow into you know, without restricting the motor with airflow. But we're talking about that. We're going to try and come up with something along those lines too.
Yeah, what Greg was wanting to do is make just a complete lid, just a replacement. You take off your old lid, put on this new lid that'll have the adapter right there to snorkel. Mm-hmm. The problem we're running into is there's not a lot of clearance under that hood. Yeah. It's tightened under there.
Yeah, I don't think you have more than about an inch or so of clearance to that you know, that air intake, and I think it'd be really tough to figure out. I'm hoping we can implement something with the OEM lid, but we'll see. We'll see what we can do. We'll test out the Sprite clutch here. That's high. Yeah, that's similar. That actually is more drag than my Rhino.
Yeah.
Quite a bit. That's in high. Yeah, we test out low. Wow. A lot more compression braking than with a Rhino.
Yeah.
awesome, great torque, great power. I have a stock Rhino 700 with a JBS clutch kit, so the JBS clutch kit makes a huge difference. But there's a lot more low-end torque, mid-range power. I mean, it's just such a well-refined machine. It's great. I like it.
So the question everyone will ask, because you said you've rode a Terex.
Yes.
What do you think of it compared to the Terex?
It's a lot smoother. It's more refined than a Terex. Terex is a great machine, but I think this is probably it. Like I said, it was like 3 or 4 years ago since I rode the Terex, but it definitely feels like there's more power there. But I'd love to ride them back to back though.
Yeah.
But I mean, absolutely no question about it being more refined. It's definitely no comparison as far as quietness in the cab. You know, it's winter, so we're not going to feel any heat coming through here at all. But yeah, I like the machine. I'll definitely consider getting one of these in the spring.
Well, I let Greg play around in my X4, so he's going to be nice and let me play around in his old Rhino. He has a 700 Rhino. Take me back to my first side-by-side days. First one I ever bought was a 660 Rhino. This will probably feel a lot more powerful than what the 660 did though. Fuel injection.
Maybe a little bit sharper with the throttle. That's about it.
But he's done a little bit of work. He said you got the JBS.
JBS sheave. It's not their extreme sheave. It's their the predecessor to the extreme sheave. But it adds 10 miles an hour to a stock bike. So everything is bone stock on here except the sheave, and I did slug the clutch too. I slugged the clutch and it gets right at 48, 49 hitting the rev limiter, so pretty decent for a Rhino.
That's not bad. That's not bad for a Rhino.
Yeah.
It's a lot better shape than what my old 660 was. You guys never got to see that because I got rid of that to get the 500, which was before my YouTube days. Still think these are one of the best looking side-by-sides they ever made. The Porsches to me are just perfect. Just need a... Now if we were to take it to shoehorn the 850 out of an X4 into your Rhino, that would be a bad machine.
You know what I'd like to do is I would like to find a beat down Rhino 700 and make a 50-inch super light side-by-side out of it.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Well, Greg, thanks for the little trip down memory lane there with that old Rhino.
Awesome.
Still love those machines. Those are pretty good. If you guys want to check out his machine shop, his website's ironmanproducts.com.
www.ironmanproducts.com.
And the third reason is why you saw all the stuff at the beginning of the video. He actually has a Honda 700XX. Needs a little bit of work. Just needs fluids changed. It needs a new sprocket, new chain. So I am picking it up to take back to the Hillbilly Garage to do some servicing to it, and then we'll find out if it needs anything else done to it. Hopefully it doesn't. Hopefully a fluid change, a new sprocket, new chain will have her fixed up, ready for him to use come next spring for ripping and tearing. And keeping up with me on the Warrior. So now you guys know that this bench full of parts over here is for Greg's TRX 700. So I'm super excited to be working and partnering with Greg on developing some products for the 500. I'm really excited to see what we come up with for that dump bed, especially considering the fact that we're going to try to make it a simple bolt-on application, so when you're doing work you can throw it on, like Greg said, in 15-20 minutes. Use it. You want to go riding, you don't need it. You'd rather have just the use of the rack. Just simply unbolt it, set it aside, and you're good to go. I think it's really going to help expand the utility and the usefulness of the Pioneer 500. So make sure you guys comment below if you're interested in a dump bed for the 500, as well as any other things you'd like to see us develop for it. We'll get to working on this guy within the next couple uploads here. Pretty much going to be draining all the fluids, the radiator, the oil, putting new in it, new air filter, battery, chains, both front and rear sprockets, and we're hoping this guy will be good to go then. I do notice that the throttle here is kind of stuck open when I unloaded it and was checking to see the play on that. It's stuck open, so it's probably maybe just a little rusted from setting. Hopefully we can just lube that up and get it going. But it shouldn't take too much to get this guy up and running. And then maybe he'll be able to keep up with me and my 350 Warrior. I'm really digging the looks of this guy. This is a super sharp ATV if you ask me. It's just so aggressive, I like it. This will be my first experience with a TRX 700, so I'm excited to get this guy running and take it for a rip. Especially over the I Believe I Can Fly jump. Tell you what, with this independent rear suspension this guy has, I bet you it rides super nice. So I really want to get to this guy soon. Don't forget, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Hit that little notification bell so you never miss an upload. And as always, your support, whether it's through the Appalachian Mountain Riders merchandise, supporting me on a monthly basis through my Patreon, or just making a one-time contribution through the PayPal account I have listed in my description below. Every bit of your support is highly appreciated and ensures that Appalachian Mountain Riders continues to bring you high-quality ride reviews and how-to videos in the days to come. So again, thanks for joining me today, and until next time, keep on riding. Appalachian Mountain Riders is brought to you in part by the following. The Honda Side-by-Side Club, because who knows the machines better than the owners that use them every day. Walker Evans Racing. When the path requires more than just ordinary, head on over to walkerevansracing.com. Torque Locker from Torque Masters Industries. When you want to explore the unexplored, head on over to torquemasters.com. And by my gracious supporters on Patreon.